Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to AzMR on Zed Digital. Going to start the show by acknowledging that this show was created on the lands of the Jagera and Turrbal peoples. I pay respects to the elders past and present, and acknowledge that sovereignty was not ceded. Sovereignty over the land was never ceded. We are on stolen land. Thank you for tuning in tonight to episode number 34 of AzMR on Zed Digital. My name is Polly, and I'll be with you for the next 2 hours of low sensory and ASMR radio. If you would like to listen to any past episodes, you can head to the 4ZZZ on demand web service for zzz.org.au/program/AzZzMR. And you can catch the last 6 episodes on there. Last week we did some popping of some popcorn in the microwave, and I thought it would be quite a hard, sharp, aggressive sound, but listening back to it, it was a lovely kind of soft popping sound, which I really enjoyed, and the gentle hum of the microwave. So that was last episode number 33. You can catch that on the on-demand web service. And in about 5 weeks, you'll be able to catch it on YouTube as well. So the last 6 episodes are on the on-demand web service, and when they get kicked off that, I pop them on YouTube. So you can catch all the way back to episode number 1. And they have fun visuals, and by fun I mean pretty dull, but some gentle trees swaying and rivering, I don't know, trickling. I don't know what rivers do, but yeah, that's where to go for the past. There's also social media, AzZzMR.4ZZZ on the Instagram and the Facebook. So that exists in the world if you want to go there. Cool. And yeah, I think, is that all I have to tell you tonight? Oh, I think. What have we got coming up on the show tonight? Episode number 34 of AzMR on Zed Digital. Let's see. Coming up on tonight's show, I'm going to be reading you out the lyric insert for a band I really like. For their vinyl, the band is Boudicca, and they are from Newcastle. Boudicca is also a Celtic warrior woman, and I think, I don't remember, don't quote me on this, I don't remember specifically, but I think someone from this band is involved in history, like a history teacher or something. And I think that there's lots of historical references in their music, which I find very cool. So, yep, we're going to be reading out the lyric insert for Boudicca's album Tapestry, which I have on vinyl. Also tonight we'll be doing a little puzzle. It says cats, dogs, pandas, but I'm pretty sure it's just cats, but it's got pictures of cats, dogs and pandas on the front. But I think it might be just a generic box that could contain 3 different puzzles. Anyway, we're going to do a puzzle together. Maybe it will be fine, or maybe it will be tricky. I don't know. We'll find out. Also tonight, I'm going to be reading out a calendar that my good friend Danica got me. So every year she will get me and others, many others are on the rotation, to get a magnetic calendar with her pictures of her on it to put on our fridge. I still have all the last few years on there, but they just get moved around to the side of my fridge. And on the front I have the current year's calendar. But this year, in a shocking turn of events, she also gave us paper calendars. So I'll be reading out the paper calendar by Danica with photos of Danica on it. Now, you can probably imagine what reading a calendar is going to be like. That's why it's at the end of the show. And that gentle counting will then lead on to some gentle piano, just to help you drift off to sleep tonight. So, thank you for tuning in to AZMR this evening, and let's get stuck into it with the final lyric reading from Boudicca. So I've got the vinyl here. On the front it's in like reds and black, and there's an image of a woman, and she's lying kind of awkwardly, and she's holding the head of a man, and it looks like just the head. And he's wearing a like Roman centurion helmet, so the dead centurion, I guess. So that's a bit cute. I think that's the first song, something about dead centurions. For those who don't know, Boudicca was a Celtic woman who was like a warrior who led an uprising against the Romans. Maybe we'll find out some facts inside the vinyl. But I think it was Cassius who, I want to say murdered, but was like, oh, she died by suicide, or accidentally poisoned herself. But it was all very suspicious. But I think it was Cassius, one of the ye olden Romans. Don't quote me on this. I like history, but I'm bad at memory. So, well, maybe we'll find out things. So the band is Boudicca, which is in like yellowy, orangey kind of font, and it also says Tapestry, the name of this album. On the back we have a picture of the band, and they're all in like medieval garb. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure they're mostly wearing band shirts and battle jackets, but they're holding weapons and sitting at a table with goblets and candelabras and jewels and swords. So it's all very old-timey. On the back it says Boudicca Tapestry 2022 CE. So very history oriented. And it's got the song titles. Side A, Millions of Dead Centurions, Ellen, Auntie, Emma, Kylek and Bearer. Side B. Linnet de Ishka Raha. Interlude. Tapestry. Meat Grinder. Myriad. Fulvia. And the Drover's Wife. Apologies for my Gaelic pronunciation. It's not probably gonna get any better. Written on unceded Awabakal and Warimi country. Recorded, mixed and mastered on unceded Gadigal land. Copyright Boudicca 2022. So let's pull out. Let's see if we can just pull out the lyrics and not the vinyl. There we go. There we go. So on one side it looks like it's got lyrics, and on the other there's what looks like a timeline and little bits of history, which is excellent. That's exactly what we were after. So it looks like each song has been mapped on a timeline based on what time it happened, the events of history. And I don't think it's all about Boudicca. And they're not in the song order, is not the chronological order. So I'll read out the lyrics first, which are in song order. And then on the back, we've got the history, which will be in a different order. But that's okay. We are doing learning together, everyone. We are doing learning together. So on the lyric side, it says Boudicca, Tapestry, and it's got white lyrics on a black background, and also it's interspersed with kind of old-timey looking tattoo images that are white on the black. But they could just be picture. You know what? I see them as tattoo images, but they could be just the style of drawing at the time. I don't know. Anyway. The font is Ye Olden English font. Probably got a different name. But it's not my favorite to read, but we're going to work it out as we go. And normally you would be reading the lyrics along to listening to the songs, so you wouldn't have a problem with the font. But definitely the capital T's look exactly like the capital C's. We're going to work it out, everyone. We're going to work it out. So the first song is Millions of Dead Centurions. Millions of Dead Centurions. Londinium 61 CE. So it's telling us where and when it happened. We don't want your statues. We don't want your state. My body scourged, my daughters raped. Burn, Londinium, burn. Burn, London, burn. Destroy colonial relics of parallel histories. Burn, Londinium, burn. Burn, London, burn. Ellen, Jathy Country, 1879 CE. A policeman is a disgrace to his country, not alone to the mother that suckled him. Seek revenge for the human race. Let no damned Englishman know my face. My mother, of her strength I spoke. It appears you forgot where you come from. Forgo Island, your life a joke. You clearly aren't your emerald mother's son. Fuck the men who help them too. Consider the shame, I implore you. Whose land are you on? What kind of sick old bastard raised this son? Auntie, time immemorial. The spirits of women past break through the concrete. On our hands we see them in the dust. They walk this land and guide us. We fight on Aboriginal land. We look to the old ones to understand where the strength must come from, where our children must learn from. Auntie, this fight is still ongoing. Ancestral blood is in our veins. You can see it in the faces of your young. Your strength is in their hearts. Strength drawn from time immemorial to fight this enduring war. And as the earth is scorched and empires fall, the matriarchs will still be standing strong. From creation up to the present day, hope is a woman painted with red ochre clay. Ngiyaningu Maran Yaliwanga Ngarali, which means our ancestors are always watching in Gamilarey. Emma, Lenape Land, New York, 1910 CE. Give me roses, give me radiant things, give me freedom, give me beautiful release. Let loose the ties of prejudice, set free the chains of denial. Radical action our key to survival. Bring me joy, bring us joy. Give us roses, give us radiant things. Give us freedom, give us beautiful release. Kylek and Bearer, Crone, Era circa 1000 CE. I wish I could withstand what the coast does, and my erosion was a slower process. 1,000,000 years of weathering parallels women's strength, a land that bore our mothers, an earth that slowly crumbles beneath us, transforming from year to year until the darkness engulfs us. Ebb tide to me as to the sea, the waves of the great sea is speaking. The water buries us with it. The winter is striking us with it. I do not look to welcome today. As the earth sleeps, we struggle to breathe. Linnet de Ishka Raha, Interlude, Mother. Maybe that's just musical. Tapestry, Maiden, Greece, 8th century BCE. I seek the salt of the lake, cleanse me of his cruelty. I won't be silent, though you try to silence me. My words, my message, here in this tapestry, a nightingale I will come to thee. You can't take my voice, I will articulate my pain. You savage, Greek woods become grey, salt, scrub. You will no longer take from me. I seek the salt of the lake. Cleanse me of his cruelty. I won't be silent, though he tried to silence me. This here, my words, my truth, here in my tapestry, your violence immortalized in tapestry. Meat Grinder, 1811 CE. My boskage of Venus spits down my thighs, conceals my gizmo, the mother of Saint Patrick. Sacrifice yourself at love's altar. My heart beats blood around my body that could save anyone from my velvet-lined meat grinder. It tides and it expels. Myriad, Gibraltar, 1988 CE. Family homes in rubble, rock, they wonder why we will not stop. Deidre laments, another cries, in cowardice another dies. No court is just on stolen land. Injustice we can't comprehend. She will not rest, won't go to sleep, until her beautiful land is free. She will not ponder, will not cry. Whilst Ireland lives, she will not die. Irish republicanism, a natural progression. Heavy guns loaded to teach kids a lesson. AzZmR sin, ni sasanak me. Fulvia, Rome, 43 BCE. Who rules the ruler? Who commands the commander? Who brings cruelty to all near her? Who makes great men greater? In these curls I've fixed a hairpin weapon. Pierce the tongue of those who defame us. Disarm the tongue of Cicero, a grand old Roman rodeo. A story written upon my face, in the blood of those who die at my feet. A widow, I point out his wounds. A widow, I point out my grief. A grand revenge fantasy, only envied by a Scorpio. I cut from his head, and so it sits beside my bed. I thought Cicero was executed by Romans, but you know what? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll learn more facts on the other side of the page where it's got history facts. The drover's wife. Wiradjuri country, 1892 CE. Bush all around. There's no horizon here. No solace in the she-oaks. No country I know dear. So long I've sat here waiting on your arrival home. My heart, you have it aching. Our children wish you home. Our children I have lost to the torment of this frontier. Gallows-faced and alone, I shouldn't be here. So much I'd like to stoush ya. So much I've got to say. Too hard it is to stay here. I need to make my way. The rain now pelts down upon this land we call our own. Who knows how to care in the face of the unknown? When does a mother's role end? When the aching in my chest is put to bed? I fought so hard against all, but my love for you. Our Tommy's old enough now, he is the image of you. He swore he'd never drove, he promised me that much, and now my darling drover, my time on this land is up. Okay, that's all the lyrics. So on the other side, they have the timeline. It says up the top, Boudicca acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands this album was made on. Tapestry was written on unceded Awabakal and Warimi land, recorded, mixed, and mastered on unceded Gadigal land. On the far left, at the start of the timeline, it says, Time Immemorial, Auntie, dedicated to the matriarchs and warrior women, the backbone of the community since time immemorial. Written in recognition of the wisdom and teachings passed down to us, and as a lament to those who have been lost. A reminder that we are still here with the strength and guidance of our ancestors. No amount of concrete, asphalt, and bullshit can separate us from the fact that Australia always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Circa 1000 CE, Kylek on Bearer, based on and borrowing heavily from the medieval Irish poem The Lament of the Hag of Bear, one of the oldest Irish poems centered on the divine veiled Kylek, who appears as a crone, bringing winter. The poem also acknowledges the way as humans our fickle lives ebb and flow, not unlike the sea. Circa 900 BCE. Tapestry Philomela, derived from Philomela and Tereus of Greek myth. Tereus raped Philomela, his sister-in-law. To avoid accountability, Tereus cut out Philomela's tongue and hid her. Tereus told Procne, his wife, that her sister had died. Philomela wove a tapestry to depict the assault and arranged for an old woman to take it to Procne. The gods transform Procne, Tereus, and Philomela into birds. In the style of Roman Ovid's Metamorphoses, Philomela is a nightingale. 61 CE, millions of dead centurions / Boudicca. Boudicca, the Celtic queen of the Iceni, led an uprising of approximately 100,000 Celts against the Roman invaders. In this uprising, her forces burned Colchester and London to the ground. 43 BCE. Fulvia, inspired by the meddling wife of the Roman Republic, Fulvia was politically engaged in her own right, to the public disdain of Cicero, and became the first non-mythological woman to be immortalized on Roman coins. Cicero was killed, and the story goes that Fulvia publicly delighted in this, piercing the tongue of a man who used his powerful voice against her. 1811 CE. Meat grinder. You know what? I think these are in the wrong order, because the BCEs should have gone first. But it's gone. 1000 CE to 900 BCE to 61 CE to 43 BCE. The BCEs are flip-flopping a bit with the CEs. They're not in the right order. Oh well. Oh well. 1811 CE. Meat grinder. An ode to form incorporating language used to denote it throughout history. Boscage of Venus. Pubic hair. 1896. Gizmo. Labia. 1942. Mother of Saint Patrick, Vagina, 1811. Love's Altar, Vagina, 1709. And Velvet-lined meat grinder, Vagina, 1949. Source: Green's Dictionary of Slang, 2010. 1879 CE. Ellen Kelly, Geraldry. Motivated by the words of the Geraldry Letter, 1879, and named in honor of Ellen, the mother of Dan and Ned Kelly. Ellen was often the subject of public fascination, represented as a fierce woman by the media and perceived as the epitome of a horrid Irish mother. The Melbourne Argus declared her a notoriously bad woman. Ellen was herself a prisoner in Old Melbourne Jail on the day that her beloved son Ned was hanged. 1892 CE. The Drover's Wife. The original fighter mother, the drover's wife of Henry Lawson's famous short story, has been acknowledged here, with Lawson's words reshaped to reflect a woman's perspective. This retelling, although fictional, is in honor of strong mothers. 1910 CE. Emma Goldman. The High Priestess of Anarchy, Emma Goldman was a staunch anarchist and political activist. Emma was born in 1869 in Kovno, Lithuania, a place where Emma's family experienced significant hardship due to rife anti-Semitism and poverty. After emigrating to the United States, Emma became well known for her unrelenting pursuit of justice for workers and women. 1988 Married. Motivated by the brutality she witnessed growing up in West Belfast, Married Farrell became an active member of the Tuman Na Kalini, later the IRA. Married Farrell was murdered in Gibraltar by the British Army in 1988, one of the Gibraltar Three. The European Court of Human Rights found Britain guilty of unlawful killing in 1995. So that's all of the histories about each song. Now it's got the credits Madeline Mitchell, vocals. Knit Quinlan, guitar. Sam Stevens, drums. Tegan Kinder, bass. Jacob Cummins, lead guitar and tin whistle. Recorded at the Pet Food Factory, mixed by Clem Bennett, mastered at Chameleon Studios. Album cover art by Madeline Mitchell. Insert designs by Alana Tomlin. Back cover photo by Lauren Moulton. Graphic design and layout by Tegan Kinder. Massive thanks to Jay Welly, Clem Bennett, Spencer Scott, Jess Stevens, Ashley Kirby, Nicole Clare, Chris Clark, Lauren Moulton, Drew Marr, Brooks, Spike Tickner, Tom, Will, Michelle and Craig Mitchell, Jamie Kinder, Linda and Michael Cummins, Julie and David Stevens, Alana Tomlin, Mick Sawtell, RST Security. Is that supposed to be security? I don't know. All the bands we've played with, anyone who came to a show or bought merch, and all the motel receptionists. Well, that's all of the Boudicca Tapestry album. Insert lyrics and histories, which I do really like that. A little bit of history, and also just talking about what each song is about, because sometimes you don't know what the songs are about, really. Sometimes it's quite obvious, but it's nice to know, really. I tell ya, I did not love that font. It was, I guess, apt for the topic, because it was like ye old English looking, but it was not super easy to read, especially the capital letters, because they were all like swirly. There was definitely letters in there that I did not know was that letter, and it was only that I knew what the word should be that I could say it. So anyway, that's fine. That's fine. Let's move along. Let's move along. We have here a puzzle. "50 puzzle of cats, dogs, pandas, animal stacking puzzle. 50 pieces, 3+ years." It's got a picture of cats and dogs and pandas on the front, but I think they're just cats. On the side it has 3 different puzzle images, and then on the back, 50 puzzle of cats, dogs, pandas, animal stacking puzzle, and then it's got a picture of the panda puzzle, and it says 50 puzzle of pandas with a little box that's not ticked, and then a picture of a dog puzzle that says 50 puzzle of dogs, but that's not ticked either. And then it has a cat puzzle picture, and it says 50 puzzle of cats, and that one's ticked. So, cats, dogs, pandas. It says, warning, not suitable for children under 3 years. Small part Choking hazard. Remove all package before giving this item to your child. Product name, animal stacking puzzle. Main material, wood. Applicable age, 36 months or more. Execution standard, GB 6675.1, 2014. GB 6675.2, 2014. GB 6675.3, 2014. GB 6675.4, 2014. So they're following, I guess, Great Britain standards. Because Australian standards would be AS, I assume. GB is Great Britain. I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. Product inspection. Qualified. Inspector 09. Manufacturer. Yanhee County Zihao Toys Co. Limited. Address. Building 10. Number 28. Innovation Avenue. Yanhee County, Lishui City, Zhejiang Province. Made in China. Then warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. Sorry about my Chinese pronunciation there. It's probably not very good. Okay. Let's open it up. Inside we have an outside woody piece, which I guess the cats all go inside. There's a bag of cats. there's also a piece of paper, coloured piece of paper that shows the whole cat picture. I think it's the same size. Yes, it is. It's the same size as the woody outline, so I'm guessing you can have it at the back and put the cats down in the right spot. You can put each of the cats down on top of the cat and the picture, but I don't know, is that cheating? I don't know. Is it much of a puzzle? I don't know. So maybe I won't use that bit for now. We'll see how we go with just finding the cats on their own. We'll make sure that the woody background is the right way up, otherwise my cats will be facing down and I won't be able to see what they're doing. Okay, I'm going to start by pouring out all the cats into the tray. Okay, now I'm going to sort them so they're all picture side up and woody side down. Okay, all the cats are the right side up now. Now I'm going to start puzzling. Okay, the first cat we've got is one that belongs in the bottom right corner. It's a little white cat and it's peeping out from behind a cat that's next to it that I haven't found yet, but it's is in the bottom right corner. Okay, the next cat is, let's pick this ginger fellow. He's got his little eyes closed and he's a bit round, and he's got 2 feet sort of touching each other, but he kind of looks like he's tucked behind another cat, and this one goes in the top left corner. The next cat we have, he's got white tips on the end of his paws and kind of a white area where his mouth should be. So that's a bit cute. Most of the cats don't have mouths drawn on unless they're open. They've just got like eyes, nose, whiskers. The next cat is a grey stripy cat. He's kind of cute and round, and he's peeping out from behind another cat. This cat goes on. He's upside down, so he might be lying down, but he's on the far right in the middle. Next we have a white cat. This cat is looking suspicious, very suspicious. Its tail is off to the right, doing a little hook, and it's looking right, probably at another suspicious cat, and it's down the bottom. The next cat is having a bit of a laugh. It's got its mouth open in a ha-ha way. And it's a brown cat with some lighter brown stripes on its cheeks, and it's having a jolly good time. That one just goes underneath the cat that was upside down. Ooh, we have connecting cats. The next cat is another little grey cat. It's got a lighter grey tummy and lighter grey spots on its head and a lighter grey tip of the paw. It's got one paw up, and it goes on the far left, couple of cats below the top corner. The next cat is a cool cat. It's a white cat with sunglasses on. It's just looking to the side, looking pretty cool. This one goes above the upside down grey cat. The next cat is also a grey cat. It's got a lighter grey spot on its tummy and it's looking very polite. Both hands are tucked forward. This is a whole cat. This cat is not behind any other cat. And it looks like it goes in the bottom left corner, just with its foots kind of tucked in a loafy type way. The next cat is, let's see, an orange cat. It's curled up around itself, so it must be lying down, and it's got its tail coming around near its face. It's orange with some orange stripes on the tail, darker orange stripes on the tail and on the top of the head. So that one goes up the top right near the corner, but not fully in the corner. The next cat has a little, it's a darker grey with a white mouth and tummy area, and also white stripes on the head. This cat is behind another cat. It's got a cat cut out in its tummy, and it looks like it goes just underneath the top left corner cat. Okay, the next cat, let's see, what have we got here? The next cat is a white-ish cat. Oh, maybe a pale grey. And it goes in the far bottom right corner just above that first cat. It looks like it's looking down and its tail is coming around. So he's resting his little head on his tail, but he's looking sort of down and to the left. The next cat, oh, this cat's very cute, peeping from behind another cat. It's a light brown colour, and just got a little, it's one of the few with a mouth, and the mouth's not open, it's just doing a little smile, just a little smile. This one goes just below the orange sleeping cat from earlier, up the top right. This next cat has, it might be a collar, but it's very bally. So it's got red and yellow balls around its neck, but the balls are quite large for it to be a collar. So I don't know. It must be though. But it's a dark grey cat. It goes towards the top left. The next cat is a creamy coloured cat, and he's giving a little bit of a side eye. So there was a cat looking sideways before, but this one's looking very sideways and very suspicious looking. This one goes up near the top left corner. The next cat is another cream coloured cat, and this little fellow, it's just a head really, and part of the head is kind of being cut into by someone else's ear, so you can kind of only see one eye and a bit of another eye. Cat's kind of angled down, and it sort of goes in the middle, so it's going to be a floater for now until I find some cats to go around the cat. The next cat is a dark grey cat with a light grey tummy, and just sitting politely. Both its front feet are visible, and just in kind of an upright sit position. And this one goes in the bottom right next to that first one. The next cat is another darker cream colour. This cat's got his eyes closed and is kind of lying down in loaf form. Can't see his little feet, but the whole top looks very loafy. This one goes along the top edge. Starting to connect some cats now. Well, they were already connected, but starting to really connect. In groups of a few, anyway. What have we got here? This is a grey cat. Dark grey with a light grey tummy, and he's sitting very upright, very long. It might be lying down and it's a top view. We can't see the back legs, but you've got the whole top and some little legs, and it's looking very cute here. And that one just went along the left edge. The next one we have is a black and white cat. It's got, I guess his little eyes aren't visible unless these white dots are its eyes, which is possible, but there's a few with light dots near their eyes. So it could be patterns on his head, but it's got kind of a white nose to mouth area and a black top of the head area. I can't see much of him, he's just poking out from behind another cat, but that one just goes on the top, just under the cream one we put up just before. The next cat we have is another cream one, and this one's got his arms poking sideways, kind of like he's dabbing, but he doesn't have his head down. It's kind of looking sideways. Both his arms are poking one way. That's a bit cute. This one's also a floater in the middle, just a floater. This next one is a dark grey cat with a lighter grey mouth and nose area. He's got his little paw on his nose. This one goes towards the right, next to the upside down cat. Okay. The next cat, I think, is suspiciously a dog. It's got, yeah, it's definitely a dog. Kind of squarish ears that droop downwards. It's a sort of light, very pale brown, almost a beigey colour, with a lighter beige tummy, like a cream tummy. just a suspicious looking dog, I think. This one goes on the left side, near the cat with his paw up. The next cat is wearing a party hat. It's an orange cat, or maybe a light brown. And he's just got a pink and yellow striped party hat on top of his head. So his ears are kind of smooshed down, so they're poking out more sideways than up. This cat just goes kind of in front of one that was floating in the middle. So it's also kind of floating, but we'll see where we end up. We've filled it in a bit more. The next cat is kind of chunky looking, but only the face is visible. But it's got a very large face to small ear ratio, so it seems kind of chunky. It's got a mouth open, but in sort of a surprised way. Very cute. That one goes underneath the long cat from earlier. It's white, he's white, and it's on the left side. Next up we have a little cat with a little bandana around his neck in place of a collar. It's a white cat and both his front feet are visible. Looks like he's standing, but you can't see his... Maybe, no, he's doing a sit, a tall sit. This one just goes bottom left next to the first cat. Not the first cat we put down, but the cat that's not behind any cats. The loaf cat. Next up, we have a cat that's just showing his bottom. It's a cream cat, and it's just tail up in the air, and the bottom with a little X where the bottom hole is, and the cat's facing away, but you can see the shape of his head and ear. That one just goes in the bottom right, not right in the corner, but towards the bottom right. Next cat is a beigey colour with sort of a darker beige to brown stripe on his back and on one ear. This cat is sort of like lying, but a little bit arched. You can see one paw and part of one arm, but the other paw is behind a different cat. And it's got a very rounded back. This one goes in the middle, sort of towards the bottom, but not quite. It's going to be a little bit floaty for the time being. The next cat is a white cat with a blue collar, and it goes up in the top right, and he's just looking out from behind another cat, just having a little peep. The next cat is a cream cat with a big black spot over one eye and ear. The other eye looks closed, and he doesn't have any whiskers. You can just have the head on this one because the rest of the body must be behind one of the other cats. This cat it nestles between the long cat and the cheeky dog on the left side. The next cat is a cream-coloured cat with a beige spot on one ear and actually a few spots on its body and legs. This cat is looking sideways and you can see a bit of his body. And the tail curves around. Some of the tail's cut off. Some of the hands are cut off, but you sort of get the gist of how he's sitting. Sort of sideways. And that one just goes on the left-hand side. We're starting to fill up that left edge. This one's just above the cat with his paw out. The next cat is a light grey cat with slightly darker grey stripes on his tail and cheeks and top of the head. This cat he's got his tail in the air, straight up. It's kind of peeping out from behind someone else, so you can't see heaps of his face. But he looks like he's wandering along. Can't see his feet, but he looks like he's walking forward with tail in the air. This one goes in the middle towards the top. Next cat is a white cat with a red tie on, like a business tie. He's actually got a mouth, but the mouth is downturned, so it's a bit of a disappointed business cat. This cat goes literally right above the cat that I was just holding, so it's connected that cat to the top border. Next cat is an orange cat. You can just see the top of his head, little eyes, little nose, and one paw is up. So it looks like one paw is up resting on the back of the cat below, which is a bit cute. And yeah, he's an orange cat with darker orange stripes on his head and cheek. So he's just doing a little peep. So that one goes in the middle at the bottom, but not right at the bottom, so we don't actually have the cat that this cat's paw is resting on yet. Oh dear. Starting to have to slot them in a bit more than just placing them and them being loosey-goosey. Okie dokie, the next cat is a white cat with black spots. He's got his eyes closed and one paw up, touching his little ear. This one just goes on the top right, just under the corner cats and above the cool cat. The next cat has a little bib, a little red bib on a white cat. Just having a little look, just having a sit and a look with his red bib, ready to tuck into some food, I assume. So that one just goes along the right edge. The next cat is a very light brown, almost orange, but No, it's definitely brown. Cat. It's just kind of his head and a bit of his sort of upper body, but no legs are visible. He's kind of looking sad. His eyes are a bit downturned and sort of angled kind of down. But this one goes along the left edge. The next cat is a sleepy cat. It's got his eyes closed. It's a white cat with black stripes. Large stripes though, not little stripes. Kind of look like big splodges, but in a stripy way. There's one on its head and along the back. So this cat has a green pillow that it's resting its little head on. So it must be very tuckered out, this little cat. This one goes smack bang in the middle. Oh, it's a little bit down, but pretty close to the middle. It's not floating because we have a bunch of cats there already that have been working their way in from the sides. The next cat is a white cat. He's winking at us and he's got his little mouth open. He's having a pretty good time. You can see both his little hands out in front and tail. He's just having a bit of a party. This cat goes kind of towards the top left, underneath the one with the ball collar. The next cat is an orange cat with lighter orange splodges. You can see his little eyes and nose poking out from behind another cat. And then his back, one of his back feet is visible because he is on the edge just above that bottom left corner cat. Wiggle, wiggle. The next cat is a creamy coloured cat, and this one actually doesn't look like it's behind any cats either. This one goes at the front middle and he's lying down. You can see his whole body, but the tail is tucked behind. But his little legs are kind of tucked in at the front and he's got his eyes closed. Definitely having a lie down. So that's the front, bottom, middle. The next cat is a grey cat, darker grey with light grey bits, including around the mouth, well, where the mouth would be. He's winking at us and just looks like he's having a nice time. Doesn't look as party as the other winky cat, but just a cheeky wink. This one goes sort of in the middle-ish between some other cats. The next cat is a beige cat with a cream tummy. It's got two arms in shot. One arm is stretched out and the other is kind of side on his, like, resting on his tummy. It looks like he's just having a stretch. This cat goes sort of near the top right, sort of a bit of a in the middle of cats, but it's going to complete a whole area of cats with no blank cats in a big area. There we go. The next cat is very cheeky. He's also showing us his bottom. It's a ginger cat with dark orange stripes along the tail and on his cheeks. And the cat is sort of upside down. He's got his bum facing us with the little X of the bum and tail up in the air, but he's looking at us from between his own legs. So his front legs are visible and holding onto his back legs, and his little head is just popped through his back legs. I don't know how this is possible gymnastically, but probably for a cat it's not too much of a drama. This one goes sort of to the right side, but is in the middle-ish. That one takes up a lot of space, that cat, as far as the cats go. A lot of surface area. Well, not really a lot, but just more than any of the other cats, I think. Anywho, the next cat is a creamy beigey cat with a light white tummy. He's lying on his back and he's holding a blue ball. He's got both feet in the air, well, upwards, holding the ball, and the tail is going around towards the back, and you can also see the little cross of his bottom, but he's not poking it at us like the others. I think he's just lying down and it's visible. This one goes towards the left, just underneath the one who's winking in a party way. The next cat is suspiciously a dog again. Now this is a white dog. He's got his little mouth open. He's got a larger nose that's a different shape. And two little eyes. And he looks very fluffy, like lumpy looking dog. He's also got downturned, rounded, doggy kind of ears. Well, you can only see one ear because he's peeping out from the behind the ginger cat with his bum in the air that we were just talking about. So, cheeky little dog, suspicious. This one is pretty close to the center of the puzzle, just above the cat with the pillow. The next cat is an all grey, dark grey cat. Can't see much of him, but he's got his little mouth open. Looks a bit happy about stuff. This one goes just down the bottom, to the right-ish, but sort of floating in the middle-ish. Started having to make sure the floaty ones are like lined up to something or they don't fit in. Anyway, the next cat is a little ginger cat with his eyes closed tight, so they're not just lines, but they're like V's but pointing in. And he's got his mouth open in a big triangle, so it looks like he's having a little yell. Could be a yawn, but I think it might be an upset note, or maybe like a meow. He's having a complain. This one is right next to the dog in the middle, so I don't blame him. It's an orange cat with dark orange stripes, so a little ginge. But yeah, he's having a little complaint, probably about that dog that doesn't belong. Actually, now that I look at it, that cat is right between both of the dogs. Oh no. The next cat is a cream-coloured cat with a pink collar. He's just chilling out, just having a little look. You can see his head and part of his body. That one goes just above the grey one that was smiling that we did just before. So towards the bottom, but sort of in the middle, sort of towards the right, near the sleeping cat. Not many cats left. The next one is a cream cat. Sort of a lot of his body is cut into by other cats' ears. So it's kind of tucked behind. But you can see the whole back, the whole curve of his back. Looks like he's lying down and he's got his little eyes closed. This one goes in the middle, towards the bottom, just above that bottom loafy cat. The next cat is a grey cat with dark grey stripes on his head and cheeks and tail, and a light grey tummy patch. So that's pretty cute. He also has a collar with a yellow bell. The collar is just a single black line, so it's a thin black collar with just a golden yellow bell. He's got both his arms in the air. I think he might be doing a leap. His back legs aren't visible, but the rest of his body is. He looks like he's about to do a leap or in mid-leap. This one goes down towards the bottom left, just under the party cat. Party hat cat. Oh. Wiggle, wiggle. That was tricky to get in. I had to kind of wiggle the pieces. And that cat, I think, has the most different colours on it. Oh wait, there is one that's a ginger with dark orange stripes and a white tummy and paw. But that one's also got lots of colours. Okay, we have one cat left and then we're done the puzzle. This has been very cute, this woody puzzle. And it also smells very woody. Which is kind of nice. But we have one cat left. It's a white cat. I've been looking at this cat for a while, wondering when I'll pick him up. But he's a white cat. He's got a black fish in his mouth. Looks very pleased about it, just holding a black fish in his mouth. And yeah, really enjoying that fish. This one, the last cat, just goes along the right edge, just above the one with the red bib. That's slotted in nicely. Okay, so we have the whole cat puzzle done. That's the whole cat puzzle done. It's very cute and I had a lovely time completing it. And I hope you enjoyed listening along to me doing this puzzle. Okay, moving on. And now we've reached the most riveting part of the show tonight. I will be reading you out a calendar that I got as a gift from my friend Boudicca, who is my co-host for Kids with Class Kicking Ass, which is the other radio show that I do, which is live on Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. till midday on 102.1 FM, Portable Z. And every year she gives us, myself and our other co-host Converse, as well as some other people in her life, she gives us a calendar, a magnet calendar with photos of her on it. And this year we also got an A3 sized piece of paper with one big picture and then the calendar bit at the bottom. So, as you can imagine, the next part of the show is going to involve a lot of counting. Just a lot. So much counting. Well, I won't be counting so much as reading numbers, but you can count along with me, I'm sure, if you feel like it. Just if you feel like it. So this calendar, it's white background with an almost A4 sized photo on top, and then the calendary part on the bottom, and it says 2025 in the middle in big numbers. So the photo on top is full color. She splurged for us, her friends, and it's a photo of Boudicca with one of her kid friends. Don't know how to put it. So there's two, probably maybe more, but there's definitely two kids that I hear Boudicca talk about a lot. One of them is her friend's child, and his name is Henry. And one of them is her brother's child, so her nephew, and his name is Charlie. I think that's which one is which. But, and I know, she tells me stories about them, but I, couldn't pick them out of a lineup, right? I don't think that I could tell them apart. Like if I had a photo of each one, I don't think I would know which is which. Maybe this is Charlie because maybe Henry is a little bit younger. But honestly, I don't know. I think this might be Charlie in the photo with her. But yes, I don't know. I pay attention. I just don't really pay attention to photos. I don't know. Or they just don't retain them because I guess I don't feel like there's any reason why I would need to know what they look like. But anyway, here we are. So Boudicca is in the photo with presumably her small friend Charlie, who is like 5-ish. I don't know kids' ages. I don't know. And they're both drinking fizzy drinks. Charlie's might be juice, but they're having a cute time in a cafe, I think, or a pub. I don't know. A location. Okay. You know what would have really helped? A little caption being like Boudicca and insert kid's name here. Enjoying a nice day out occasion. I don't know. So I'm now going to read the calendar. This is going to go exactly as you would expect it to go, unless you don't know how many days are in each month. I don't think you're going to get any surprises here. No surprises here. No surprises. No surprises. January. M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 February. M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 March. M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 April, M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 May M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 June M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. July, 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 July. M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 August, 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 August. M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 September, September, September. M T W T H F S S 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. October, October, October. M T W T H F S S 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. November, 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 November. M T W T H F S S 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, December, M, T, W, T, H, F, S, S, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I'm now going to play some gentle piano just to help you drift off to sleep. Thank you for tuning in to AZMR, everybody, and good night.